Hello, I'm Lou Collins, and today I'm going to reveal to you the contents of box number 32 from Papercraft Society. This is the beautiful box. It's been designed by Olga Direkotorenko of Paper Discovery. Can you believe we've already had 31 previous Papercraft Society boxes already? So the first thing I'm going to do as always is have a look at some of the beautiful projects that have been made by both Olga and the design team, and then we'll delve into the contents of the box. So if you like to keep the projects from the booklet a surprise, just skip forward a minute or two. Now you may be able to work out from these cards that the theme here is bubbles. Now that comes in two different ways. We have got bubbles as in the ones that you blow when you're a child. We've got bubbles as in the ones you've got in your bath. But actually a third way, of course, is the bubbles you get in a bottle, possibly my favourite kind. So we really have got a range of genres here, different occasions that you can be celebrating with different styles of bubbles. Now let's take a look at some of these cards. So we've got this fantastic bench fold card here. This is actually a style that I know Olga herself loves. She did create a die set that's available to create this card base. This one's been created by the lovely Pauline Hickey, so thank you so much for that, Pauline. It's beautiful, isn't it? Very much a masculine theme. Now I'm wondering whether we're going to have much in the way of masculine themed elements inside here, because very often we see florals and butterflies and things like that, maybe aimed more at the feminine style, so it might be great to have a few things for the gentleman in here. But saying that, this is very much a ladies card, isn't it? Fabulous at 50 is on this card. We've got bubbles in the background. We've got a lovely lady laying in the bath with her glass there as well, and of course the bottle on the side in case just the one glass in the bath isn't quite enough. Lovely bubbly. We've got the word relax. Now until I delve into this box, I can't tell you which of these elements have come from the kit. I would imagine most, if not all, of the items on these cards are in there. Now these cards have all been created and you do get step-by-step instructions for them inside the project booklet. So if you love any of these, I'm sure you will, you'll be able to follow the steps to recreate them yourself at home once you receive your Papercraft Society box. Now these are absolutely beautiful. I adore this card. There's something very different about it. The background's really striking. We've got all the bubbles and the corks in the background in the silver there. So you've got that metallic finish. The really geometric sort of angles there, the sharp angles in the background as well. And then the softer effect of the watercolour on those bottles of champagne or bubbly, whatever it may be, in there. Really gorgeous card. Now, as I said about this one, you've got the little girl silhouette there. She's blowing bubbles. I love that this is a monochrome card. Really quick and easy to put together. You don't have to think about colour matching or anything like that. And there's something like some glossy accents. You can just pick that out by the light on those bubbles there. Really clever idea. And I adore this. I'm hoping this is a die that's inside this box here, because that would be really fun to play with. In fact, I'm thinking it may be, because I'm looking over at this card and I can see that same design. So I imagine it must be something that's included in the box. And again, there's that really large bottle that we saw earlier and the glasses. And then we've got bottles. This one's definitely for the men, isn't it? The bottles of beer. Do you know what? I know a lot of ladies who also drink beer, so it's not just for the gentlemen. And I can see in the background we've got some stamping there. So creating your own pattern papers using your stamps. This is a fun card, but when you break it down, actually, I'd imagine it's probably quite easy to put together, but really, really effective. So you'll have all those step-by-step instructions for that. And lastly, this one, oh, look, again, we've got that fantastic bubble border. I love that you've paper pieced back in all of the different colours here. So you've got rainbow colours throughout. Really beautiful effect here. Now this must have taken a long time to do, but it's so worth it. And again, there's that lady laying in the bath again. And once again, there's been some sort of glossy finish added to the bubbles. I'm not sure if I can quite catch the light on those for you, but that's just going to pick out those bubbles and make them extra special. Now let's delve in and see what the products are inside the box, what you're going to be getting home when you open this up. Now the best bit for me is that Velcro. I absolutely love the Velcro sound. It just screams quality to me. And the boxes, as always, are really good quality, aren't they? Nice and sturdy, and I always reuse my boxes when I've finished with the contents. So Olga has a little message for you. First of all, create some everlasting bubbles with your kit. Do you know what? I never realised how versatile bubbles really are. So I'm really excited to see what we can make with this. As always, I'm going into the wallet first. So you can see here we've got Papercraft Society Box 32 Paper Discovery. Little bit of a mouthful, but that's fine. Repeating the word paper a few times there. But let's see what we have in here. Now, our wallet folds out 3 times. You may have never seen Papercraft Society boxes before. We always have this wallet in here with 3 sections, but there's always extras inside the tissue paper as well. And I love how my mat perfectly matches the tissue paper this month. So first of all, the dies. Now let's take what would be, a plain background here so you can see these dies clearly. Obviously they're backwards. We can see we've got that wonderful bubble border that I was talking about. I really do love this. I think it's fantastic. And there looks to be some elements of embossing in there as well as the cutting edges. You've got a border die there, so you can cut those bubbles into your card, or you can cut around the edge to cut the edge off and shape it if you want to. And then you've also got another section here, so that's another row of bubbles and edge there that I'm not sure whether that will match up with something else in the kit or whether it's just a bubbly edge for you to use as you please. We've got lots of additional circles here that you can use, lots of other bubbles in different styles and shapes and configurations. We've got your little duck in there as well. We've got the word enjoy, the word cheers, the word relax, and there's that little girl just with her bubbles blowing, so of course you can make the bubbles come out from her bubble wand. So they are your dies. Then, as I've got this in my hand, let's take a look at these. Now these, I saw a lot of these all over the projects, and I assumed they'd just been printed off at home or stamped, but I can see now they're actually included in the kit. How brilliant is that? So we've got wine bottle labels, beer bottle labels as well, all sorts. We've got corks in here too with celebrate and happy birthday on them. You're not old, you're vintage. Brewed to perfection, cheers and beers. Do you know what? I love these. I think they're absolutely fantastic. A toast to you, happy birthday, aged to perfection. Love it. Absolutely fantastic. Do you know what? I know so many people who I could send these sorts of cards to. So keeping on the wine theme, we have some papers, a paper here that has vineyards in it, lots of gorgeous grapes and bottles of red wine in there, rows and rows of trees. So they are on there. I love the muted vintage tone of that as well. Speaking of vintage, we've got some vintage labels as well. We've got fabulous at 50, cheers to 70 years, cheers to 80 years, cheers to 21 years, 60, 50, brewed to perfection, a toast to you, happy birthday, you're not old, you're vintage again. Lots. Do you know what? There's so much there. You're going to just keep using those over and over. Then we've got our bubbles background. Now this one's nice and subtle, and you're going to be using this alongside either the little girl with her bubbles on her wand, or you can use them with the lady in the bath, of course. And then you've got, oh, these are lovely bright bubbles. Look, lots of different colours of bubbles too. We have, oh, this is very much for the beer lovers, this one. So all these different sort of labels as such, titles, logos, things like that. I'd imagine they're made up logos rather than real ones. I'm not sure what the copyright would be on those, but we've got lots of different ones. You can clearly tell that's definitely for a masculine card, isn't it? And then we have another fantastic bubble background. I really like these. I love the versatility. I love that you're not restricted to one sort of genre with these either, or any sort of occasion. We have an A6 embossing folder included too. There's a lot of depth in these folders, I've noticed. They're really good quality. To get all of this to your door for as little as just over £18 a month is brilliant, isn't it? So you've got your embossing folder there. We saw elements of the embossing folder inside those cards that are in the project booklet. And then let's bring one of these again so we can see these stamps nice and clearly. Let's just pop the white behind. So we can see there, have a bubbly day. Now these are all clear stamps. We've got the lady in the bath. We've got the large wine bottle or champagne bottle. We've got the large beer bottle, the glass of beer, the glass of bubbly. Leave your troubles in the bubbles. Love that. And I'm blown away by your kindness. And it's your birthday. Bring on the bubbles. There's all sorts here. You really can build up the perfect card for your recipient. So now we've had a look inside the wallet. Let's take a look and see what else is inside that tissue paper. So I always love opening this up. It's kind of my favourite part because I don't usually look in this until I do it with you live. So we have, okay, so we've got an accent glaze. We saw this on lots of those cards. There's a full bottle there and it looks like it's got a precision nib too. So that's going to be really handy with those bubbles. What have we got in here? So now I think I'm guessing what these are given the theme. So let's just see if I can open these up carefully. There we go, little envelope. Yeah, these are little clear water droplets. You've got lots of them in here. They're flat backed so you can easily glue them. Oh, do you know what? These have a kind of a real shine to them. They're not frosty at all or cloudy. They're really bright and clear, extremely shiny. I love those bubbles. I've always adored these kind of clear dewdrops anyway, but these are possibly some of the nicest ones that I've seen so far. Let's just try and put those actually back into the envelope there. Keep everything tidy. And then we've got, see the booklets in there. We'll go through that in just a second, a quick flick through. And then we've got the coordinating cardstock. So this is a double-sided cardstock, lots of different colours. So we've got the green, we've got the really dark brown. Okay, it can almost be mistaken for black, but I think it's a dark brown. We've got an orangey red, a warm red there. We've got a green. So if you're thinking about your champagne bottles, for example, these are going to be the perfect colours. And then we've got our pale blue, our much paler yellow there. It's almost a green, but it's just about a yellow, and our fuchsia pink as well. Every colour you could possibly imagine. This is a really good quality cardstock as well. It's got a white core so you can sand it back, particularly if you're using your embossing folder to then emboss through and sand back all of that lovely bubble detail. It's going to be absolutely perfect. But it's smooth so you can stamp onto it. And lastly, now if you don't want to see those projects, you may want to look away again, but this is the project booklet. There's always at least 16 projects in each and every one, but you can see we've got lots and lots of step-by-step instructions. There's the lovely Olga Direkotorenko, who has of course designed the contents of this kit. She is the designer of Paper Discovery, and every single one of her Papercraft Society kits are so popular, so it's worth jumping on this very, very quickly. There is an interview with Olga inside the booklet as well. So that's everything that's included in your Papercraft Society box. This is box number 32. Now don't forget, if you're in the UK, you'll have free delivery when you subscribe for this. You can subscribe for 3, 6 or 9 months, and you can go along to www.papercraftsociety.co.uk to find out more information about that.